Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to show you guys my foundation routine. So this is the finished look after I did my routine, but I'm basically just going to show you like the base that I do before I add like all the extra stuff like highlight, eyeliner, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video and let's get right into it. If you guys are curious about my hair, this is just my basic twist out routine. I will link that below if you guys are curious about it. And it came out kind of like a little frizzy and I just didn't want it in my face. So really all I did was just kind of do a flat twist in the front and pin it in between my hair, and then I just kind of twisted another flat twist to this front section. Super easy. You guys are probably gonna say, oh, show me how you do it. I guess I can try to show you guys how I do it in another video, but it's really just two flat twists in the front, and then I just do my usual fluffing, and like I said, it's the basic twist out routine. Okay, so as you can see, I already have my brows and my top lash mascara on. I don't have anything on the bottom lashes just because I still have to do my concealer and everything. There's nothing on my skin other than the products from my skincare routine, like my moisturizer and sunscreen and all that stuff. If you're curious about what I use for my skin, I'll leave the video link down below of my most recent skincare routine. But other than that, yeah, we'll just get started. My hair is just like setting a little bit right now. When I'm done, I'll kind of show you guys what it looks like, but yeah, this is what we're gonna do right now. Once again, I apologize if there's any noise in the background. It's like maintenance always wants to do stuff when I want to film, so hopefully it's not too loud. Okay, so as you can see, I have a couple things going on with my skin. I don't know what's going on. If you guys watch my channel regularly, you know that I get hormonal acne. I was gonna say bracne, I don't know what that is. Hormonal acne, so this tends to be like my breakout area, and randomly I have one right here too, which I already kind of covered. But yeah, okay, so as you'll see, I kind of use a combination of things because I have very oily, sensitive, acne-prone skin. And when I say oily, I mean super oily. I've literally tried everything to try to combat the oiliness of my skin, but nothing just seems to work. So I kind of have a combination of things that I use. It doesn't prevent my skin from being oily, but it leaves it kind of half decent. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the products. I'll just kind of show you guys. I'll make sure to link everything down below in the description bar so that you guys can get it. So this is the first thing I'm using. This is just a mattifying setting spray, but I like to use it before I do my makeup because since it's white, if I do it after, it tends to kind of leave like white residue on my face, which sucks. But one of you guys actually told me to try it before I do my makeup, and so that's what I've been doing, and I like it a lot better. Okay, so now that that's kind of like absorbed onto my skin, the next thing I'm going to do is use this primer from Smashbox. This is, I believe, for oily skin, and I just kind of put this all over my face. And then the last primer, yes, I'm using 3 right now. I'm not really I don't like to pile a lot of products on my face, but for whatever reason, I did this combo and it's just been working, so I've just been kind of sticking to it. It doesn't feel like heavy or anything, but like I said, it's been working, so I'm doing it. And so this last primer, this is pretty much, and keep in mind too, I'm using 3 different ones because they kind of like have 3 different, they serve 3 different purposes. So this last one that I'm using is from Lancome, and this is basically just like a pore minimizer. So I feel like I kind of have pores like around this area, and then because I have these breakouts too, I kind of want to smooth those out. So I'm just gonna pat this one in this area. Okay, so now that I have all of my primers on my skin as a base, I'm ready to get into foundation. So the foundation that I have been using the most lately has been the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's classic because it's been so hot and so that I'm extra oily, and then I've also been doing a lot of stuff to where I need my makeup to last all day long. And even though my oil is still going to break through on this, it seems to still look pretty decent by the end of the day. So today's one of those days, again, where I'm going to be probably outside all day long and I need my makeup to kind of hold up. So I'm using the Double Wear. I'm in Toasty Toffee 4W2. And this is another thing that I've been doing lately. So I feel like although I like the fact that makeup kind of covers up, you know, any kind of blemishes or discoloration on my skin, I feel like I like the way my actual skin looks. I like it better when I don't have any makeup. I've been trying to just use like a minimal amount of foundation and really just kind of focus on the areas of my face that need the most coverage, and then not so much like putting it all over my face, like I put the residual kind of on my face, but I really just kind of put the majority of the foundation on those areas that need the most coverage. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll just kind of show you guys. So I'm only going to use like one pump. Double Wear is pretty heavy. If you're into full coverage foundation, you'll love it and you can kind of layer it up. I don't really want a full coverage. I just really want to even out my skin. I'm going to use a beauty blender, and like I said, I'm just going to kind of focus on those areas. Oh shoot, I forgot to do my color correcting. Okay, I'm going to have to wipe this off because I definitely need some color correcting. Dang, how did I forget that? It's like one of the most important parts. So before we even get into that, we need to do some color correcting. So I like to kind of just color correct under my eyes and on all these areas that I have marks left from breakouts, especially right here. So I just use this double. So I never ever use this side. It's like pointless to me. And I'm just gonna take this brush and just kind of blend it in. Okay, so now that I've kind of put that all on my face, I'm just going to use my beauty blender. There's nothing on it. Just to kind of make sure that it's all pushed into my skin. Okay, next I'm going to go back and take that foundation. Like I said, obviously kind of cover the orange spots, but really just try to focus on this area right here. So the bulk of the foundation is really just going on these areas. And then like whatever is just left on the sponge is what I'll use here. So I'm not like putting more product on the sponge in order to cover these areas. I'm just using whatever is left. And I'm just going to keep dipping back into that same one pump. So you'll see with this foundation, one pump is definitely enough. Like, I mean, maybe if you're into like much fuller coverage, I don't necessarily try to cover every little bit. And then I'm also going to use concealer to kind of cover up any little spots that I feel I want some extra coverage on. And I basically just kind of keep pushing this on my skin until I feel like it's all kind of melted in and blended nicely. Okay, so next I'm going to use some concealer. I'm going to go with the NARS in Carmel. And I'm just kind of further put those on the areas with marks that are peeking through. And I'm going to go back and use that same brush that I used for the color corrector, but of course I just kind of cleaned it off. I'm just going to kind of pounce this in that area. You don't want to like swipe or rub because you want it to have that coverage. So I'm not really having a good skin day, y'all, which kind of sucks. But I guess that's probably like the best time to show you my foundation routine because you can see how I cover any kind of discoloration or imperfections that I have. I'm going to go back in again with the beauty blender and make sure it's all melted in there properly. Okay, next I'm going to go in with my concealer. So what I've been doing lately is mixing two concealers. So I've been using the NARS, this newest concealer that they have in the pot, and then their other one, the original NARS, in like a lighter color. So I'm gonna go in with this brush again and just kind of cover up any of that orange. And I just kind of like how it looks. It kind of just gives like a natural, you know, clean look. So if you wanted to just kind of stop right here, if you don't really like a lighter concealer and you're my complexion, you could just stop here, because as you can see, it definitely makes a difference. Just like I said, it gives like a very natural finish. Okay, so of course my camera shuts off as I'm filming, but basically all I did was just blend that first concealer into my skin, and then I put some of this Lauder Mercir primer on my eyelids. It's like a eyeshadow primer, or you can just kind of use it on its own just to kind of give you like a nice, clean, even finish. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my second concealer, which like I said is the NARS. And this one is going to be a couple shades lighter, but this is what's going to give me that highlight. But just a subtle highlight. I'm not really big on like major, super light under eyes. You guys know, if you watch my channel, that I'm more into just kind of like a super, you know, like just easy breezy kind of highlight. Just to kind of brighten you up and look like you got some sleep. And I'm just going to blend all this in with my Beauty Blender until I feel like it looks smooth and even. Okay, so now that I feel like it's all kind of blended in with the rest of my makeup, I'm going to set it. Okay, so to set my concealer lately, I've really been loving the Lauder Mercier translucent powder. I kind of have like, not a love-hate with this, but there's been times when I'm like, oh, I don't like it, I don't see the hype. Then there's times like now where I'm like, okay, I really like it. So like I said, lately this has been my go-to to set my under eye. So one thing you want to do, make sure that you kind of smooth out any creases under your eye before you set it, because once you set it, it's a wrap. There's no going back. And I'm going to use like this little blusher Beauty Blender. And I love it because it's just like perfect for the under eye area. And both of my Beauty Blenders were damp. They weren't dry. They weren't soaking wet. They're just a little damp. So another step that I've been doing is just kind of lightly setting those areas on my face where I had to put the most coverage on, or where I have any kind of like the most marks, just to kind of lightly set it to make sure that it's going to stay in place as long as possible. Because like I said, I do have like super oily skin, and I blot like 50 times a day with oil sheets. I don't really like to reapply makeup. I just feel like that's caking on makeup over like oil and dirt. So instead I'll just kind of set these areas. I have done the powder before foundation routine as well, just to kind of fill in those pores and just kind of make your foundation last a little longer. If you guys are curious about that and want to see how I do the powder before foundation routine, then let me know and I'll definitely make sure to film that with you guys. I do that sometimes. I used to generally only do that when I know that I'm going to be out all day long and I need my makeup to last a long time, but lately I've just been doing this routine and it seems to work really well. So, but like I said, that's another option that you have, which I do sometimes as well. Okay, next I'm gonna go back in, y'all. If you see, like, I do a lot of like just blending. Like, there'll be nothing on my Beauty Blender, but I just want to make sure that all of the makeup is like seamlessly melted into my skin. There's no like harsh lines or any kind of like craziness going on. I want it to look like super natural because I have makeup on. So as natural as possible and just kind of like all melted in as one. Okay, so the last step to the actual foundation routine that I'm going to show you guys, well, second to last step, is the powder. So this is just the MAC Next to Nothing pressed powder, and I have it in dark. So another thing too, that I don't like to put too much powder on my face. I'm gonna set my whole face, but I'm really gonna kind of focus on those areas that get oily, and then I'm just gonna use this simple, I think this is like a highlight brush, and I'm just gonna like pat it on those areas, because I feel like just caking on or just putting on a bunch of powder and like all that other stuff just kind of adds unnecessary layers to your face. And I just don't want to feel like I have like a pound of makeup on. You know what I mean? And I do kind of sweep it under my eyes too, just to make sure that I don't have that like flashback type of situation going on. I don't think the Lauder Mercir powder does that, but I just like to ensure that I don't. Okay, so there's one more step that I do before I'm finished, but like I said, this is a foundation routine, so this is my complete foundation routine. I'm gonna go finish my makeup and then come back and show you guys the finished look, but this is it. It's pretty simple, super easy. I feel like it still looks pretty natural. Like there's not a bunch of, you know, craziness going on. So it's pretty simple to achieve. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But like I said, I'm gonna go finish my makeup and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys the finished look, because right now I'm kind of like all one tone. Okay guys, so here is the finished look. I just added some bronzer, some eyeliner, did mascara to my bottom lashes. I put on some highlighter. Ooh, look at that highlight. Some highlighter, some blush, lip gloss, and that's it. And then I just kind of sprayed it all with the setting spray. Sorry for the background noise. But yeah, that is it. This has like been my go-to look if I'm doing like my full makeup routine. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. If you guys want to see how I did this complete look, let me know, and I guess I can kind of like film that for you guys. But I do have several makeup routine videos, and my routine is pretty much usually always the same. I don't know if I've done one with eyeliner yet, so either way, let me know if you guys want to see me actually film like the complete look, and I'll do that for you guys. But hopefully you like it. I mean, I feel like my foundation, like the base routine, is like super simple, easy, not too much going on. Yeah, and it just, I'm out of breath, I don't know. Yeah, it just kind of like evens your skin out, gives you like a nice balanced complexion and a little bit of a highlight and a little glow. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. That lets me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at allmyluvs2. Make sure you're subscribed. As always, leave any kind of comments, questions, anything like that in the comment box. I'll link everything that I use in the description box below so that you guys can kind of get them and know what I use. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.